Hey, Thomas from Field Tennis. Today I want to talk to you about nurturing your swing. So what do I mean by the swing? I mean this part on the forehand or backhand where we let the racket go and it swings down. So I'm talking about this pendulum-like sensation, feeling, and also the shape. So when we do the preparation and now we begin the forward swing. So when you swing, if you let go, you're getting a lot of free energy here, and this swing, by itself just gives the ball a lot of power. And I've intentionally used the word to nurture. I know it's a bit unusual word to associate with tennis, but the reason I want to say that you need to nurture your swing is because the swing is very delicate, and you can very quickly overpower and lose the swing. As soon as you start using your muscles here in the backswing too early, you're going to kill the swing. You will not let the racket swing down. You're going to kill the swing, and then all that is left to you is that you muscle the ball. And when you lose the swing, it's very difficult to find it back, especially if that's in the match. So how do we nurture the swing? Well, first we have to know what kills the swing. So two major things that kill the swing are trying to hit the ball at high contact point and trying to hit the ball hard. So when does that happen? One reason is when players play too close to the baseline, so they can be not conscious of it, they're just kind of starting close to the baseline. Then most of the balls that they're getting, the balls are kind of high and they want to hit from here already hard. So they just start the session, either free hitting session or a match, and they're immediately very close to the baseline. They will likely get a lot of high balls here. And if they also want to hit immediately the balls hard, they're going to kill the swing. So obviously you can't swing very low on a high ball, but a skilled player still has the ability to use some of the swing. So a skilled player is going to play a high ball differently than a lower level player. So a skilled player can still have some element of swinging here. So they will have some element of swinging here, whereas a lower level player is just going to use their muscle. They're kind of just going to align the racket here and muscle the ball like that, and they've completely lost the sensation of swing. And especially for these players, it's very important to nurture the swing in free hitting sessions. So to better show you how to nurture the swing, I've recorded a session between me and my buddy Urban where we just have a free hitting session for 1 hour. And I want to show you how we start the session, like after we play mini tennis for a few minutes, when we go to the baseline, and you will see how I start the session. So I start the session very slow. I don't want to hit the ball hard, and I want to stand further back behind the baseline in order to get a lot of balls low. Because when I'm getting the ball at low contact point, then swing is happening basically automatically. So I want to put myself in these conditions, in this situation, where this is going to happen quite naturally. I want to feel that from the start of the session, that I have a good swing, that the ball is coming out of my racket quite effortlessly. And that's the first feeling I'm looking for when I start the session. So here's the start of the session with my buddy Urban. So these are the first balls after we played a bit of mini tennis and a little bit volley to volley. So I'm just letting you see at what speed do we play and what kind of rhythm. You can see that we play quite relaxed and slow. I'm standing well behind the baseline, as you can see, because I want to get a lot of balls in the low contact point and I want to have time. So I don't want to start a session and immediately feel pressured with time. So that's one of the reasons why I stand behind the baseline, is because I want to have enough time when I start the session so that we can settle down and get into the rhythm. And so from this position where I'm behind the baseline, you can see here, so I will not go further back from here. So I want to get low contact balls if I can from this position. So this is one situation. You can see here I'm getting the ball at relatively low contact point.
So that is my preferred, contact point. So this one also is like kind of normal. This one is not very low. So see, this one again is about maybe waist height or something. This one was a shorter slice. So like this is kind of ideal. I would like to get the ball at this contact point because my swing could then, I could swing down, you see. So here's my racket and then I can swing down. And this is the sensation I'm looking for. I want to have a nice downward swing and hit the ball and get nice effortless power. So here's another low ball. So you can see I wait for the ball. I don't run to it. So I wait for the ball and I get it at this contact point. So I want to get the balls at this contact point to get a nice swing. So this one I happen to miss. So you must also kind of be used to that. So I want to show here one situation. What tends to happen many times with players when I tell them to start slow is that they are not alert. So they're playing slow, and if the ball goes short, they don't react. If it goes wide, they don't react, right? So in this situation, you can see that Urban hits one ball like too far. You can see too far out, but I'm alert and I play this ball back well, right? So stable from open stance and I control the ball. So keep that in mind that, whatever the situation, you must be alert and handle it, that you don't get like too sleepy there on the baseline. So I'm always alert and I react to every ball. So here, for example, I'm behind the baseline, I split step, I recognize a short ball, so immediately I come in closer, right, to play the ball here. Because you see I was standing somewhere here, so immediately I'm coming in. I'm getting the ball at low contact point, which I want, but I'm not too far from the ball, because you can see from my, if I go back a little bit, you can see from my posture that I'm not leaning or reaching or anything, right? So it's very important even at the beginning of the session. So even this ball, you see that Urban played a bit too long. I'm controlling the ball while I'm reacting, and this ball that is not, ideal, I'm still reacting and I'm alert and ready to play every ball. So even though, I want to get a lot of balls at this low contact point, that's very comfortable and I don't feel rushed, that doesn't mean I am sleepy and not reacting to balls. So I wanted to give you one more perspective. This is from the side view. I'm trying to show how not to play and what tends to happen. So players stand close to the baseline and they're hitting the ball at high contact point and they're trying to hit it hard, and when they do that they kill the swing. So you can see here that they just kind of have to align the racket with the ball and push forward. And so this is how they lose the sensation of the swing, which is what we want. So if we stand further back behind the baseline, we're going to have a lot more opportunities to nurture the swing. When the ball comes low, then we can relax the racket. It swings more downward and then very naturally upward. And this is what we're looking for when we're nurturing the swing.
So what can you do about the swing if you're playing a match? Because when you start the match, you can be nervous, and nervousness will almost always translate into tension, and then you're very quickly losing the swing. So one tip I can give you that I learned many years ago, I think from reading the book Winning Ugly by Brad Gilbert, and he mentioned that he learned from Ivan Lendl that he always starts the match at 75% power, and he's not attacking immediately the first two games, but he starts further back behind the baseline, and he starts with 70% power, and he wants to get a good swing and a good feeling for that day's conditions, because every day is a bit different. You have to get used to the balls, your opponent, the court, and so on. And you can spend about 2 games rallying further back from the baseline, and that will also help you relax your arm a little bit if you're tense, because you're getting more balls lower and you're not thinking about attacking, but you're just thinking about rallying and having good depth. So you're not hitting into small targets, you're hitting into big targets. and you start with a more relaxed swing. And it's very important, you can also help yourself with breathing, so that if it's not fully automated yet, you try to remind yourself to always exhale when you're hitting, and that way you can kind of trigger the swinging sensation if you lost it, or to make sure that it's there when you start playing the match more seriously. So in summary, in my opinion, nurturing the swing is very important. I've been doing that since I was a teenager, and I want to always find good sensation of swinging. I want to feel that I have a lot of time when I start a session, especially free hitting session, or even in a match. I want to feel that I have enough time. I don't want to be rushed from the first moment, so I don't want to stand close to the baseline. I stand further back. I want to get a good swing and good sensation of power. And when we swing, like, one benefit of having a good swing is when you don't muscle the ball so much, when your arm is not so tight, you have way more fine ability to finely adjust the racket, so you have way more precision when you're hitting the shots. So that's why it's so important to learn to relax the arm in the swing, because you're getting free power and you're getting better precision, better ball control. And so my advice to you is that you always start the session with this in mind, that you're nurturing the swing. Your first objective is to find the swing if you don't have it yet. And even if you have it, like I already play many years, fine, but I'm still trying to find that feeling at the start of every session. And if you have time, if you played a bit faster during the session, then also try to find the feeling at the end of the session. Go back to nice hitting, to relaxed hitting, so that is the last sensation in your arms or in your mind that you're leaving the court with, and then the next time it'll be much easier to find it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.